Oh, there's one right there, guys. Oh, drag's a little bit loose here. There we go, guys. Oh yeah, look at that, folks. Nice rainbow. Nice rainbow, guys. Look at the color on that fish. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful fish, guys. Well, folks, welcome to the Angler's Experience. Today we're going to be fishing for rainbow trout using a couple different techniques, but they all have one thing in common. Hang on, buddy. The lure we're using, right there, guys, that's called a Stand-In Yabby crawdad, made by River to Sea. It's a great crawdad imitation, several sizes. Rainbow trout love crawdads, folks. You folks stay tuned. We're going to catch some big rainbows using these crawdads, teach you this fun technique. Get this fish back in the water.
Angler's Experience is proudly sponsored by Crestliner, leader by innovation. Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. Sidewinder planer boards. Fight the fish, not the board. Easy Loader boat trailers. All boat trailers are not created equal. Tobler Marina, your one-stop boat shop. Setter Rods, the American way. Pro Fish, quality fish taxidermy that is second to none. And AX Tackle, tackle that will give you the edge.
Oh, there's one right there, guys. What do we got here? Nice little rainbow, guys. Not a beast of a guy, but I tell you what, he ate that Stand-In Yabby. Beautiful colors on that fish. Get the hand wet here. Right there, guys, right in the corner of the mouth. Barbless hook, popped right out. Look at that little crawdad. All right, buddy. He needs to eat some more crawdads. He's a little skinny. All right, buddy. See ya. There we go, guys. Not a huge fish, but I'll take him. Couldn't tell what it was. It was a pretty colored fish. The old Stand-In Yabby, boy. That thing gets the trick. There he goes. Pull. Oh, nice jump. Nice jump. Nice jump. Oh, I love that. Come here, buddy. Come here, my friend. Oh, yeah. Nice bow, guys. Beautiful bow. Not a giant, but I tell you what, he's got a heart on him. He likes to jump. You're gonna be a fighter when you get bigger, aren't you, buddy? Look at the spots on that fish, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. That Yabby right in the corner of the mouth, guys. Barbless hook. Look at the spots on that fish, guys. They talk about the leopard rainbows in Alaska. Look at that. I'm a long ways from Alaska. That fish has got spots all over it. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Awesome, folks. I tell you what, this little bait right here, it's incredible. Folks, I want to let you in on a little secret. The steelhead, absolutely love these. In the size 40 and 50. This is one of the biggest steelhead secrets going on right now on the Oregon coast. We're going to take it all the way through the rivers of the Northwest. The steelhead are chowing these. So if you folks are looking for the secret weapon for steelhead fishing, look to these little Stand-In Yabbies in the size 40 and 50. They'll get the job done for you. There's one, guys, right there. Coming through the current. Tell you what, folks, there isn't a fish that will not eat a crawdad. The only fish that aren't particularly partial to crawdads are walleye, believe it or not. And they've done studies, oh guys, this is a big fish. They've done studies on the walleye that found they really don't get any benefit out of a crawdad. They don't, like the smallmouth, largemouth, rainbows, they'll all put on massive amounts of weight eating crawdad, but a walleye actually won't. So that's one of the fish that we go for where I won't use crawdads, or crawdad imitation, I should say. Oh, that's a big fish, guys. But all your other fish, you know, if you want to catch huge perch, huge crappie, these little yabbies, guys, these will pull out some of the biggest fish in the area just because there's such a huge benefit in terms of protein that comes out of a crawdad for these fish. You can see, I mean, these are nice, good quality fish eating this thing. The problem with crawdad imitations over the years, look at that, guys, looks like a little steelhead. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at that fish. Man, that thing is gorgeous, guys. Look at that, guys. Oh man, that is just an absolute beauty, folks. I don't want to hurt this fish here. Look at this, guys. This is a hybrid cutbow. Is that not gorgeous or what? Absolutely beautiful fish, guys. Look at that. Got the yabby right up on top right there. Beautiful fish. Barbless hook. Fish is ready to go. See you, buddy. Absolutely beautiful, folks. I tell you what, if you got browns in your area, I don't care what it is. If it's gonna eat something, they're gonna eat these little yabbies. I mean, they'll catch huge smallmouth, largemouth, perch, crappie. And the problem, what I was starting to say before that fish interrupted me right there, was that the problem with crawdads over the years is that they've all been big, 3 and 4 inches. You can never find a crawdad imitation that was small. And River to Sea came out with this standing yabby. They said, we'll show you. They got one that's about that big, guys. So you can use it for panfish. They make them big ones for the big largemouths. So absolutely versatile bait. All the big fish will eat it. You got to get some of these guys. They are awesome. There's one, guys, right there. Oh, look at this fish, folks. Oh, this looks like a beautiful, oh, it's a beautiful trout, guys. Man, he just inhaled this thing and feel his teeth down there. Oh, man. Come here, buddy. Folks, they're hanging out down here in this slack water. Oh, look at him, guys. Look at how big his mouth is. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Oh, he's a beast. Look at that, guys. Right there. Look at that. God, what a beautiful fish. Look at that. You're not ready yet, buddy. Oh, I love these fish, guys. Look at the mouth on that fish. Oh, that's a beauty. Come here, partner. I don't want to hurt you here. Boy, he's a handful, guys. Come here, buddy. Hang on, partner, hang on. Loving that yabby down there. Here we go. Look at that fish, guys. Not real long, but boy, is he chunky. He's a big male. See the kype on the end of his snout right here. Lower jaw. Well, he got that yabby inhaled. Look at the eye on that fish, guys. Is that just not a gorgeous fish? That's what it's all about right there. Absolute beauty. Awesome, awesome. All right, buddy, see you later. Incredible, folks. A little standing yabby, I'm telling you. It will catch the biggest trout in the system. If you got brown trout in your area, there's a few in here. We haven't been able to get one today, but if you got browns in your area, I can guarantee you that guy right there is gonna kick out the biggest brown swimming in there. Incredible little lure right there. River to Sea, standing yabby. Awesome. Let's get another one.
This week's product showcase brought to you by axtackle.com. Tackle that will give you the edge.
Big fish, guys. Wait till you see the bait. Look at that, guys. Folks, wait. Wait till you see the bait we're using here, guys. Big monster fish, guys. He's a big one. He's a big one, guys. We got the train rolling through here. Folks, I want you to look at this smallmouth right here. This is an absolute, go ahead, Chad. Look down in his mouth, folks, right here. This is a new bait that's going to revolutionize smallmouth fishing as we know it. Way down inside of there, go ahead and get it out, Chad. This is a huge fish, guys. You're not going to believe this. Look right here. Look at that, guys. That is a River to Sea standing yabby. Little tiny guy, look at the size of this fish, guys. Is that absolutely incredible or what? Huge, huge fish on a small, tiny crawdad impression. Absolutely incredible. River to sea, standing yabby, guys. Here you go, Chad. Grab your fish, brother. Let's throw him on the scale. 5.5, Chad. There you go, folks. Big 5.5 pounder. Awesome fish. Let's get him back in the water. Folks, I'll tell you what, these river to sea, this is the smaller cousin of the super yabby. These are the ones that originated it. This is the standing yabby right here. Comes in 4 different sizes, several colors. Folks, I tell you what, incredible bait. They make one smaller than this, if you can believe it. You saw that 5.5 pounder that Chad caught? Absolutely incredible smallmouth, a fish of a lifetime for a lot of people. And it's all due to that little yabby. Finesse fishing. Folks, these things, the smaller sizes will catch trout, they'll catch steelhead, they'll catch smallmouth, largemouth bass. The little small ones, you can use them for perch. They make a bigger size, 2 bigger sizes actually. You can fish those for the largemouth and even pike. Look to the standing yabby, folks, next time you're out. River to sea, finesse fishing, standing yabby. That's the guy right there. Little tiny crawdad imitation. Folks, what we're doing here, this is a standing yabby. This is a size 50. We've got a size 40 rigged up also that we're going to use. But what we're doing with this 50, you can see it's really not that big of a bait. I mean, this bait here is a 1/4 ounce. The smallest one's 1/8 ounce. But what I'm trying to do, I'm fishing this heavier one in the current where it's moving a little faster. And what I'm doing with this, I'm trying to simulate a crawdad that's poked out from a rock and gotten washed down into the stream. What's happening, these cutthroat and rainbows, and there's even some browns mixed in here, they're sitting out here just waiting for something to come drifting by. So what we're doing, very simple, and the key is to not overwork this bait. That's what happens with these smaller baits. Just like fly fishing, guys, when you're stripping a fly, you only want to move it 2 to 3 times the length of its body. It's the same principle with this. This crawdad's not going to make big bursts that are 2 to 3 feet long. It's going to make short hops backwards. Just like a crawdad trying to swim fast, it's tied to the back, so it's going to pop through the water this direction. So what we're doing to simulate this, casting it out into the current, and I'm kind of just keeping my index finger on this spool, and I'm just bouncing it down, kind of feeding it down through. But if you notice, it's just tiny little short hops, no big jerks. I want this thing to stay down low and look like a crawdad, little crawdad struggling in the current. Once I start to get where I'm feeling some slack and swinging into this eddy, close the bail with my hand, and then what I'll do is I'll work it back through this slack water real slow. But the key is to not overwork it. Don't make big jerks with this bait. Little tiny hops. Keep in mind, the size of your bait is going to tell you how far you should move it. You know, if this bait was bigger, then you could move it more. A bigger crawdad's able to dart backwards farther. This little tiny guy right here, little short baby hops. Little tiny baby hops, folks. Don't overwork it. All we're doing, simulating a crawdad that's got busted out of the rocks, floating down through the fast water. And let me tell you what, it works. Oh, there's one right there, guys. That feels like a pretty heavy fish too, guys. I don't know what we got here. Big pike minnow. Folks, I tell you what, these fish right here, they get a bad rap. And this stream that we're fishing here today, it's all catch and release. And we walk along the bank and you'll see these things chucked up on the shoreline. And we're catching quite a few of them with these crawdads. Put that fish back. I think they're pretty fish, but some people probably think I'm crazy. But I tell you what happens, guys. I've seen it happen. What happens, these people come through here and they catch them, and the belief is that they're bad. They eat all the rainbow. And we live in a society where we want to take out the undesirables. And what happens, they throw them on the bank, which is illegal because it's all catch and release in here. But something to keep in mind next time you're thinking about the pike minnow like that, those fish, when they spawn, they put a lot of feed into this river, a lot of small fry swimming around, and these rainbows will eat those. I come in here and fish this stream all the time with minnow imitations, and I catch a lot of fish on them, a lot of rainbows. I rarely will catch the pike minnow. I'm catching more pike minnow today using the crawdad imitation than I am my minnow imitations when I come in here. But what you got to keep in mind, if you go through and you wipe all these guys out of here, and there's no pike minnow left, when those trout spawn, they're going to start eating their own. Okay, what happens with the pike minnow when they spawn, there's a lot of feed, a lot of small minnows. That's food for the rainbows. So just keep that in mind next time you go out. Don't necessarily want to kill them all because they do put a lot of feed into the river. Yeah, they may eat a few trout, but they do more good than they do bad. Oh, there's one right there, guys. There's one right there. Not a huge fish. There he comes. Oh, he's a beautiful fish though, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that, right in the top of the mouth. I want to bring him in kind of easy here. He's hooked right in the top of the nose, so I don't want to hurt his jaw here. Look at the color on this fish, folks. What an absolute beauty. Look at the color on that fish, guys. What a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. He's got a pretty big head on him. He's an older fish, so it's a cut bow, guys. It's another cut bow here. Beautiful fish, guys. Right in the top of the nose. Folks, what determines a cut bow, if you look underneath right here, I don't know how well, I don't want to hurt this fish here. Do this without hurting him. I don't know how well you can see that or not, but underneath his chin, right in here, he's got the cutthroat slits right there, but he's a rainbow. I'm gonna go ahead and let him go and we'll talk about what happens there. And what happens, guys, it's happening, it's kind of almost a sad thing. What's happening, these rainbows were introduced years ago into these streams, and the cutthroat and bull trout were the natives. And what's happening, you see it a lot, you know, this is a stream that runs through the middle of a city, and you see it all in the mountain streams that are very remote. And what's happened, these rainbows are making their way into these streams and they're crossbreeding with the rainbows. And the cutthroat and rainbows, when they crossbreed, they form that cut bow right there. And the bad part about it is it's starting to wipe out the true strain cutthroat. You know, it's something that it just happens in nature. It's kind of like a tiger muskie. When a pike and a muskie get together, on an odd chance, that's what happens. But it's more predominant here in the streams with the rainbows and the cuts. So when you see one of those, just realize what's happened. They're actually crossbreeding themselves out, and the rainbow gene is a lot more dominant than the cutthroat gene. But that's what makes the cut bow. Nothing we can do about it. Folks, take a couple seconds here real quick to talk to you about this standing yabby. It's the smaller relative of the super yabby. The super yabby is just a lot bigger. It's got the brush guard on it. We use it for flipping for bass a lot. But with this guy here, we talked about using them for steelhead. And what's unique about this, if you take your steelhead jig that you normally use in the feather style jig and tie on one of these guys, they're gonna get something they've never seen before. And what happens with these, the cool thing about them, you got two options. Inside these claws are air chambers, and periodically after I get done casting, I just kind of squeeze them and let the water out. And as it goes through the water underneath the bobber, it'll actually float horizontal to the bottom. The other thing that you can do with these, where these pockets are at for the air, what you can do is just take a little syringe and your favorite scent and squirt into those holes. Now as it's bouncing down through here, the scent's rolling off of these claws, and those steelhead are just gonna annihilate it. We're not using any scent today. These fish, as it's flowing by, they're not needing any, but you're seeing how well it's working for these rainbows. I'm telling you what, folks, take your favorite steelhead jig off that bobber, throw that guy on underneath it as a jig, you're gonna catch a lot of steelhead with it. Give that a try this winter. There we go, guys. Whoa, what do we got here, guys? Looks like a cutthroat, folks. Look at that. Cutthroat. Nice cutthroat, guys. Look at this cutthroat, folks. I'm telling you, everything, folks, will eat crawdads, especially this time of year. We're coming into the first part of fall. These fish are trying to get as much food in them as they can, and there's a lot of protein in crawdads. Look at this, guys. What a beautiful cutthroat, guys. Look at this. Running barbless hook here, folks. No harm to these fish at all. I grew up fishing like this as a kid, and it's still one of my favorite passions right here, to get out on the stream and do this. Look at this fish, folks. Absolute beauty. Take very good care of this fish. Look at that, guys. You folks that know cutthroat can tell it's coming into fall. See that brilliant color it's starting to get? Look at that. Standing yabby right there in the corner of its mouth. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. This is what we're trying to simulate. Look at this though, look at the size difference. That's been the problem with crawdads over the years. Crawdad baits, they've always made them big like this, and these crawdads in this river are exceptionally large. They're some of the biggest ones I've ever seen in here. This is actually a medium sized. I just found one, the bottom pincher, this bottom one right here, folks, was about that long. I mean, that crawdad had to be 12 inches long. But what'll happen, these rainbows will come up. You'll see these guys in the river a lot of times, and they'll have one claw. They're ripping one claw off and eating it. But with this little standing yabby, they can come up and inhale the whole thing. But that's what we're trying to go for right there, guys. But this guy here is just he's a little bit larger than the average. But you can see that standing yabby, that's a number 50 right there. Perfect imitation of that guy. Got the beady eyes on top, got the ribbing underneath right here. See the leg pattern on the bottom? Pretty good imitation, guys. All right, I want to get this crawdad back in the water, folks. I don't want to hurt him. Take him back out here where he was at. Oh, there's guys. Oh yeah, pulling some drag, buddy. Oh, that's a thick fish, guys. Oh, what a thick fish. Oh, what a beaut, guys. Absolutely, look at that. Oh man, I can't say it enough how beautiful these fish are. Right in the top of the nose again, guys. Hang on, partner. Look at that, folks. Man, what a handful, guys. Look at that. Is that fish not gorgeous? Look at the size of the head on that fish. Well, folks, I tell you what, I think this is a fish we're going to call it a day on. That big, beautiful rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and let him slide out. Look at that out there into the sun. Folks, I encourage you to get out, go to axtackle.com, get some of these standing yabbies. They come in 4 different sizes, a multitude of colors. This is a size 50. We ran a 40 a little bit today, and they come in an 80 and a 100. And I tell you what, it'll be the most versatile lure you'll put in your tackle box. You can take it right from this stream, go to your lake, catch largemouth, catch smallmouth with it. These smaller ones, you can catch crappie and perch with them. They're absolutely incredible bait. I encourage you to get some. Well, folks, as always, I want to thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you next week.